You are in the zone with Cranky and the Swagman. Once again, Swagman has come to join us. And, unfortunately, Snoozy can't be with us this week. It just seems to be a crap week for everyone all around. Luckily for us, we managed to find a window that fits us.
Yeah.
So, the disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are purely those of the individuals voicing them and do not represent the values of the sponsors or the platforms on which this podcast is hosted. So, today's topic is going to be parents not seeming to understand how to teach their kids road safety. And this is one that I see more prevalently in Sydney than anywhere else, specifically in my most loved suburbs of Ryde, Epping, and Denniston.
Yes, indeed. Now, in terms of Perth, we do have a lot of idiots on the road, but there is so many people out there that have got no idea road safety, kids included. Like, just it's insane. And I believe you guys over in the Eastern States had a fair few incidents happen over the last couple of days as well.
We have, but I'm more talking about teaching kids how to do things like cross the road and, you know, how to play near roads and stuff like that. It just seems to have been in decline lately.
That's it. And I'd be curious to find out what happened with that kid, that 3-year-old that managed to just fall out of a car.
What?
Yeah, so over in the Eastern States, there was a kid that fell out of a moving vehicle while it was driving.
Hang on, let me look this up.
I thought you would have seen that one pop up.
Child falls out of moving car. Gets hit by 2 vehicles. Is that right?
That's the one.
Oh, okay. 3-year-old boy killed after falling out of a moving car in Arthur Street in Dayton. No, that one's in Perth.
Oh, yeah.
No, well,
actually.
All the articles seem to be coming up with Perth. Dayton.
Okay, it was Perth. I seen Dayton instantly went, Sydney.
No, unfortunately, he's passed away, the poor boy. But
yeah, right.
But still, that's something that parents need to be educated on, is just how to securely put your kid in the car.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of moving while doing everything, but I'm getting an echo from inside, so...
That's okay. So Swagman is joining us from his cell phone today.
Okay, I am indeed. I wanted to give my PC a break and sit outside while we had some nice weather. And before we get into this whole road safety thing, we do have some sponsors as well. So, On Track Meals for all your camping needs or basically going to working traffic control. On Track Meals is probably the best ones to get. I ordered a bunch and they're damn amazing.
Did they arrive?
They did arrive. So I did the breakfast pack and the 4-wheel drive pack.
Yeah.
The mixture of beef and mashed potato and sweet and sour pork, I believe, was the other one. It was so good. And then you get some hydration satchels that came with it.
Yeah.
I've got the box here in front of me now. Give me a second. I'll just pull out a few. You see, these lovely. So
look at that.
Australian steak. On Track Meals.
Pull it down a bit. Let's see the actual name of the meal.
So this one here is slow cooked Australian beef.
Slow cooked Australian steak.
Yeah.
200 grams. And have you actually tried one of those cookable meals yet?
Yeah, they're brilliant. You got that.
What do you think?
As well?
They're all right, eh?
They're really good. Oh, and another one, slow cooked. I got double up.
Yeah.
These flameless heater bags are apparently reusable. So,
the bags are, the elements are not.
Right from
Yeah, so you can get as many elements as you want. I think you can use the bags like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, that's it. But you got to get more elements for it to actually do
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
to do the other thing. The other one I've got is Bellow Bliss. Bellow Bliss is one that helps you. They're steamers. You chuck them in the shower. So if you got congestion or anything like that, asthma, hay fever, feeling blocked up, get Bellow Bliss. Chuck one steamer, 40 showers. Pretty good. A little bit expensive. I think it was about $90 or something like that, I think. So I'm looking at trying to get another bat. But Bellow Bliss, I actually bought the relaxation one for. So, and they smell good. You can probably get high off these, to be so good. Oh, it smells so good. Like, I can't explain the scent that comes from it.
That may not be the best selling point.
They're the best. Like, it's so good. Lavender and jasmine. It's a good blend. It's a good mix. Really good. The other one I want to congratulate is Lasagna. Lasagna was great. The other sponsor is Swag Headquarters, run by Quentin Pafala.
Yep.
He's also now running a content accelerator, starting to do content for people and organizations and all that sort of thing. Swag is someone with a goal, and Quentin Pafala, look him up on Facebook or Instagram, YouTube, all the socials. He's on every platform. Really great. Jump on board. The other big one that we've got is Three Wheeled Bicycle.
Yes, not so much a sponsor, but a great friend of the show.
Great friend of the show, and they're really good. They're podcasting, and we're joining them pretty soon as well.
I was going to say their podcast is available on just about all the same platforms as ours. You can get them on YouTube Music, which is the most common one. You can get them on Spotify. I've already run out of breath listing those, and we've chatted with them quite a few times. We haven't been on the show just yet, but
they're so good. Like, their podcasts are just so good. Like, they just for like nearly 2 hours.
They do, and you know what? They get on there. They don't actually have any structure to their episodes either. They just get on there. They talk a bunch of shit. They make you laugh, and they make you forget about life. And that's the point of it, isn't it?
That's literally the whole point of their podcast, which is almost like the point of our podcast. It's get on here. We've probably got more of a structure, I would say. Like a wing it type person. Oh, look at the time. Who knew that we'd just been talking shit for 2 hours? I mean, best blokes. And
one of their episodes was just excuse me. They put a recording device just in the middle of a campfire and sat there talking a bunch of shit for like 2 hours. That was it.
Literally. Yeah, it's one of their best episodes, I reckon, when they did that. And it's always a good variety because they've got the collection as well. So they've got a lot to talk about at the moment. Between Camilla Harris, I believe it is, and Donald Trump. I still don't know who's going to win that. I really hope it's Donald Trump because I would love to see how it's going to go down for America if it's Donald.
I don't think Donald will do too badly. I never exactly hated him the first time. Sure, he wasn't the greatest president America ever had, and some good memes came out of that. But he carried on with some shit. But at the same time, he also wasn't that bad.
No, that's it. And I think with the shooting, the attempted assassination. All they've done is in votes.
Mate, that guy had to be the worst marksman you could ever come across.
100%. How do you miss? Like, if you're calling yourself, I'm a great sniper, how do you miss? You ain't no great sniper. You're just a kid with a fucking gun that had a scope on
it. It reminds me of that scene out of the Disney movie Mulan. You remember that scene where they're up in the mountains and the bad guy is like meters away from Mulan. She fires off the cannon, right? And Mushu's on top of the cannon and he's like, He was 3 feet in front of you. How could you miss?
Yeah. That if you did a meme of Donald Trump and that perfect. I'd love it. Yeah, you could do a meme for that. That's insane. Babe, if you're also still watching us live, I would love some more lasagna. This is like on call dinner call.
Oh boy.
That was so good. We bought one of those, those homemade lasagnas you can get from the shop. Crack some of that in from the oven. It's actually
Yeah.
so nice.
Yeah, we all love the IGA lasagna. It goes down pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. It's actually not too bad. Shout out. Oh,
Shout out to Lakeland's IGA as well.
okay.
I said shout out to Lakeland's IGA as well.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, here we go. Mr. J has said meals sound a lot healthier than in my days. Well, Mr. J, and g'day for one for joining our podcast. And yes, they are a lot healthier. And Princess S has said nope.
Yeah, you know who Princess S is, right? Go get your own damn lasagna, you lazy bastard.
I'd love to if I wasn't recording. Oh, look at this service.
Oh boy.
I'd like to fish rub, please.
Well, let's talk about the actual topic here. Hey.
Said I could think of other services. Foot rub, back rub, some TLC. I'm like the travelling swag man right now. I'm in my own backyard. We should start doing that, maybe. Maybe just traveling to a new location every week and just recording at a random place.
That could work.
Oh,
That'd be interesting.
the traveling swags, or the traveling zoned. I don't know. Let's think of a name we'd have to put up.
Yeah.
So
Let's think of that.
What are we talking about again? We're on road safety and kids, are we?
Yeah, teaching kids road safety, like basically how to look left and right before crossing the road. One of the most classic examples, right, was one that I saw the other day. I was working in East Ryde, I think, and this woman, right, she's walking with her kids, and I hadn't set up yet, so thankfully this didn't happen on my job site. But as they're walking, they come to cross the road. The kids don't even stop. Nobody stops to look. They all just start crossing. The kids ran ahead of her.
You're joking.
And no, hang on. Right in front of an oncoming car. Like, the reason I knew something had gone down was because I heard brakes screeching.
Oh.
I heard tires screaming on the road. So I'm like, I turned around, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? I turn around, this car stopped dead in front of a pair of children and this woman, right? What does she do? She doesn't go stop, wait for this car to pass or anything like that. She taps them on the back. She puts her hands on their backs and goes, come on, quickly.
Oh,
Like, run faster. Are you fucking joking?
like right in front of the car.
Yeah.
Nah, that's insane. What if the cars have to stop?
Yeah, what if the car doesn't stop? They're just going to collect you. What's going to happen?
That's insane. Come on.
And you know what? I'm seeing it more and more often. This sort of thing happens at least once a week for me.
That's insane. We don't have it so bad over here in Perth. We've got lollipop ladies and stuff that go out in the middle of the road. Yes, I think Mr. Jay's just commented something about they should be charged with neglect. Yeah,
Absolutely, they should.
Charge of child neglect, 100%, because it is ongoing. It's a problem that hasn't been resolved, and DCP is more worried about waiting until the parent has a needle sticking out of the arm to want to act on it. The parent could be a druggie, they could be, anything. But the minute you get proof of them being a druggie, that's when DCP will act. But they can be an alcoholic, they can be an abuser, they can financially abuse, they could just every other day just abuse and whatnot. But, it's just so bad. DCP won't do their job, which is a joke.
And don't I know it? I mean, as you know, I've had recent dealings with DCJ over there in Western Australia, and they just did nothing, really.
So in my situation, my house is stable. My ex has moved multiple times, multiple relationships. The kids are moving school every other month. Now they're actually in a school and they've been there for a while, but they just get settled in one school and they're up and moving again. And it's just like, enough's enough. Like, the kids are already saying they want to be here with daddy and all that sort of jazz anyway, but I can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
DCP won't do anything. Because as long as they've got a roof over their head, food in the house when they arrive, there's nothing DCP will do.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, it's just a joke. My daughter's struggling to read at school because the mother just puts her in front of an iPad. Right, won't sit down and actually read with her and get her to do proper learning. Just throws her in front of an iPad. So,
yeah,
it's a joke.
That happens so much. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I tried to get in touch with DCJ or DCP on your side of the country with regards to my daughter a few months ago, and not only did I not hear anything back from them, but when I finally pushed them for answers to go, right, when what happened with this investigation, and they went, oh, it didn't get any further because we didn't deem it necessary. And I was like, what do you mean you didn't deem it necessary?
Yeah.
Like, my daughter's mum has been, in the past, she's been admitted to, the kind of hospital that only allows you to have a 1-inch phone charger.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Mental health hospital.
Yeah. She's tried to unalive herself in front of the kids before.
Yeah.
In front of the kids.
And they still
And they still did nothing. Right, this time around, sure, she hasn't tried any of that nonsense, but it's been it's neglect. And when she's not neglecting them, she's trying to overparent them. She's like micromanaging them, constantly yelling at them. My 13-year-old isn't allowed to leave her room when she's at home. If she's 13 years old, she's not even allowed to walk down to the shops without parental supervision.
Yeah, it is. It's selfish in many ways. Yeah, and I'm just having a look at the comment here. Digital device is not an education, a tool to educate. Didn't happen with my kids. 100% agree with Mr. J. And then another comment, that's selfish to do, and that's shit in front of the kids. 100% it's shit to do in front of a kid. And our system is so gutless that they don't want to act. That's the
problem. Exactly.
They don't want to act. They don't want to do their jobs properly. They'll only do if they can guarantee a conviction in court. And that's if there's photo evidence of neglect in terms of a needle sticking out of the parent's arm, and then they go, right, we've got enough to act on. Or the other thing is, if a female goes and complains and says, this person who's a male is sexually harassing my daughter or has sexually committed a crime of sorts or whatever, and make a false allegation, they'll instantly go, all right, we'll go over there and we'll take the kids and we'll hold on to them until it can be proven otherwise. And the kids get removed. So anyone could make that claim. It doesn't have to. It's you're proven guilty until proven innocent otherwise. And the only way
Yeah,
you get
exactly.
prove innocence is in court, which could be months and months and months and months down the track, sometimes years down the track. And that's after they've then divulged into your complete financials, your complete life, and then they go, "Oh, yeah, this was a false allegation," and then they give you a kid.
Mm.
It's like, are you serious? Like, so you don't want to do your job when there's proven neglect going on. You don't want to do your job when there's proof and evidence there that there's either financial neglect or just everyday normal neglect. And the only time you want to act as if there's a needle sticking out of the parent's arm, then you'll go, "Oh yeah, we'll go intervene." Like, that's a joke. It is. And I'm just reading. There's some more comments that have come through.
Yeah, hang on a sec. I will just say I've sorry I've been slow, but I've just figured out who Mr. J is, which thank you very much. Welcome to the stream, Mr. J. I know you said you were going to tune in, so I'm actually glad you got the opportunity to do so. That's awesome.
100%. So he's one of your followers.
Yeah, he's a mate of mine from the old company.
Ooh. Welcome. Get all your other mates in here.
I'm trying, all right. No, it was actually fucking great to hear from you the other day, Mr. J. It was also such a surprise for you to call me too. So it's like people I haven't even spoken to in months or years are tuning into this podcast, and that makes me happy.
100%. Yeah, I want people to join and engage because it makes the recording a lot easier when we've got human interaction from others.
Yeah, it does.
The stories that they had one. The safety of the kids these days, I think, is getting a lot. It's either getting harder by the law, or it's just the law doesn't want to help because it's too hard to enforce. So it's, we want to do something, but we need hard evidence. But when you provide the hard evidence, it's like, oh, well, that's still not good enough. They legit will only act as if there is a needle, as I said, a needle sticking out of the arm, and then they'll act. And then
I think it's a lot of the more complicated cases, like for example yours and mine, Swagman, that they just go and chuck it straight in the fuck it bucket because they're like, oh, look, there's nothing immediately wrong per se with these parents. So yeah, let's just leave the kid with the parent that they're with now and see what happens, which may actually end up being more dangerous. I've met junkies who are safer parents than some of the straight people I've met.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm just reading all the comments. They do have a road safety program that they're running over here. The road safety program, get this, back when I was in the school, road safety involved a police officer coming out and doing the road safety, and you'd go out what they'd call biking, so bicycle education. And that's where we learnt about road safety, stop, go, listen, look both ways, all that kind of jazz, and you'd go out and ride and all that. Now they stick you in front of an electronic device and say, we're going to learn about road safety from this iPad.
It was back in the old town where I used to live, Cooma, right? The main pedestrian crossing in town, because Cooma's got no traffic lights. It's a fucking small town, right? The main pedestrian crossing in town across Sharp Street had a little sign on either side that said, stop, look, listen, and wait. And, I thought that was pretty cool. I've never seen that anywhere before that or since then.
Yeah.
And it was like growing up in South Africa, on the other hand, it was like You either learn road safety or you fucking die, because no one hits the brakes for kids there.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I mean, it's like you want to do what Princess said, walk around glued to your phone. It's like, that's on you, but if you get hit by a car, well, that smells a fuckload like it's your problem.
Kids these days, road safety, everything is done through an iPad. The school actually has it now on their school list. I think it's year 6 or something like that, maybe year 5, year 6. And they've got on their electronic device, iPad. Because they're just teaching kids through the iPad. It's like, what happened to, let's take them out on an excursion and show them how this is done, like doing it in person, doing it the right way, instead of just sticking kids in front of an electronic device and teaching them what YouTube's telling them to do or whatever app they're going to use. And Mr. J's right. You can't expect children to look left, look right, look left again, because for decades now it's been a condition to look down, which is look down at your iPhone, look down at your Samsung, look down at the iPad. Put your headphones in and just keep looking at your phone and keep on walking. This is why we've got children walking over train tracks with their headphones in, not realising that, hey, you've got an oncoming fucking train about to hit you, because they're too busy looking at their damn phone.
And then suddenly all of Sydney's metro network has been put down because some idiot decided that instead of looking at where the yellow line is, they've decided they're going to look at their phone and walk onto the tracks instead.
And your mate, Mr. J, is making some good points there. They're too busy on their phones, and even if they're riding a bicycle or e-scooter, they're just on that, but they're looking at their phone at the same time. Now, the best thing that's happened over here is the police have now started targeting e-scooters. And if you're not wearing a helmet, if you're on your phone while you're riding these e-scooters, you get penalised as if you're driving a vehicle. You will be charged as if you're using your mobile device while in control of a vehicle.
And it's about bloody time too, because I mean, I love my e-scooter. I use it to get around if I'm, the days I'm not driving. I wear my helmet. I don't fuck around on my phone. That's it. My phone's got to stand on the handlebars. If I need the GPS, I put it on.
100%.
It's that simple. Just keep your fucking hands off your phone, for God's sakes. What's where you're going?
It's literally the sake of, it might be 10 minutes up the road. You can't stay off your phone for 10 minutes. Grab one of those phone holders. If you need it for a map or something, whatever, chuck it in a phone holder, put your map up, and off you go on your e-scooter. There's no need for you to be holding the damn phone in your hand while travelling down the road, because if you have to stop, it's not as simple as I'll take my finger off the accelerator and the thing's going to stop. You've still got, you've got your weight, you're in control. It's your body weight that's controlling whether you're standing upright or if you're going to fall into a gutter and if you're too busy looking down at your damn phone, you're not going to see what's in front of you.
Yeah, that's right.
I think the other one is this technology has got so bad that you've got, I think, this what's this app, Roadblocks or something? And it was just recently out. There's pedophiles on this app.
Roblox. Yeah, I know it.
So I won't let my kids on it. I don't know what they're doing at home, what their mother does, but apparently they're doing it at home. I won't let them have it while they're at mine. I won't even let them have an iPad at my house. If they want to learn, the only time they get an iPad is to help them read, because the app they use for reading it reads the book first, and then they get to sound out the words and try and read it themselves. So they get to hear how it sounds rather than me trying to tell them. So that's the only time they'll do it, is for reading books and all that sort of jazz. Other than that, we're getting down doing her mathematics or teaching him how to do letters. My son is actually quite advanced in terms of that side of it. He's pretty good, pretty glued on.
Yeah.
But again, all they're accustomed to is iPads and phones and all this kind of crap. Kids that are in school age now, like they're seeing through the shopping centre and all they're doing is looking at their phone. They're not engaging anymore. And I think sometimes they're just given up hope, I guess, or just don't care. They don't care what they're dressing like. They don't care what they're learning.
Mm.
They don't give a shit where they are, and you've got them out running the night streets, and before you know it, you've got a knock on the door from the coppers saying, "Oh, sorry, your kid's been killed in a car accident, or your kid's been hit by a vehicle," and then the parents blame themselves. It's like, well, what were you
That's right, yeah.
controlling the situation in
Well,
the first place?
Well, Mr. J's made a pretty good point again. Program your device to accept verbal directions or instructions. It's there.
Yeah.
So, again, I come back to this point that I've made so many times, right? You see these people driving around in $750,000 fucking Mercedes or Lamborghini Urus or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that car doesn't have some kind of phone integration.
100%.
And all right, yeah, like even Bluetooth or something. I can tell you right now that the Mercedes has Android Auto or fucking whatever the Apple version is,
and your cell
CarPlay.
phone can be programmed. There is a setting on your phone that will allow you to voice activate it because it's for the blind, yeah. So there's an actual feature on there for this situation exactly, and you can activate that feature so you can talk to your phone and tell it what you want it to do, and it will do it. Because the blind need to use a mobile phone. So what they've done in Apple have done, they've integrated a voice activation on there where you can just talk to your phone to respond to a message or answer a phone call, all via voice command. And there. It's on the technology is there, and people are just not using it. And they go, "Oh, well, I didn't know about it." I was like, "Oh, bullshit! You didn't."
And it's not,
but it's been out for years.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's not only that, but then you get people that'll go, "Oh, my car's too old to have something like that." Well, that's bullshit as well, because these days, in the last 5 years or so, you can get on Amazon and you can buy this device that actually simulates Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
Yeah.
It does exactly the same thing. It just suction cups to your windscreen like the old school GPSs used to.
Yeah.
And it transmits the audio through your car's radio. Otherwise, it shows you Google Maps or whatever up on the screen the same way a built-in Android Auto device does.
Yeah. And Mr. James is saying, program your device to accept verbal directions / instructions. I'm on an old F10 Note, and it's there. My car's 20 years old and updated with a head deck.
Yeah, exactly, with an updated head deck.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And that's so the technology is there to help people, to help kids, teach them how to do things the right way, but it's just getting ignored. And we've got all these problems at the moment, especially school time. Parents have just gotten so accustomed of, you can be independent, you can go to school, but the parents will go with them, but they give them too much leeway, like they go running off. And the parents are somewhat 20 foot back, and their kid just bolts across the road. It's like, are you serious?
And it's not just across the road. It's also they just go running ahead on the footpath, right? Where you see these driveways that have hedges that come all the way up to the end of the driveway.
100%.
Well, you can't possibly see a car coming up that.
No way.
Most adults would know to stop, and I say most, not all. Apparently not all, but most will know to stop at the top of the driveway and either just quickly listen or look to see, is there a car coming up there? That's all good. And I say that because my driveway is one of those driveways. It has that hedge that goes all the way to the top.
Have you ever noticed in the Bunnings car park as well how there's no crosswalk? Like you go into the Bunnings car park and they've got like an exclusion zone that's supposedly their crosswalk. I've taught my kids in the car park setting as well how to do it, and I'm going to start doing that. When you're in a car park, how do you teach your kids how to look left, right, stop, look what's around you? Well, it's the same way as how you would treat an intersection. How are you going to cross the road at any given point of what's around you? Look for the cars that are reversing with the little white lights. Make sure no one's reversing before you walk behind it. If you can avoid walking behind it, walk in front of them. Walk in between the two rows so you're in front of either end of those vehicles. When you get to the end, cross into Bunnings, look left, look right, look left again, look right again, then cross the road. I get to hold hands to cross the roads. So now every time they get to the road, they're like, we got to hold hands. My kids won't even cross the road now without holding hands. They go, we've got to stop. If I walk across, I'm like, come on, hurry up. They're like, no, you need to hold my hand. So now I'm building it into it. Like, fuck, now I'm going to follow it. It's like, I know no cars going. Come on, hurry up. But no, they're like, no, we've got to stop. So they know better.
It's the same here. I mean, I've taught my kids exactly the same thing. If you're in a car park, you have to pay even more attention to what's going on around you, right? Crossing the road is one thing, but here in the car park, you can have cars coming from the left, you can have cars coming from the right, you can have them coming from in front of you, you can have them coming from behind you. You really have to be paying attention. These are the things I've taught my own kids as well. And it's like, even if I can't, for some reason, hold their hands, right? Say if I'm holding the youngest one's hand, and my wife is pushing the pram, so I'll tell the oldest two, right, you guys to walk between me and Tess, and you have to be paying attention, and they know to do it now.
Yeah.
So anytime, like, say Bunnings, for example, we're walking through a car park, they will automatically get in front of me and behind my wife, and sure, you see their little heads turning every time they come across one of the little crossroads in the car park, or they can hear a car. My kids are always like, where's the car? You know, they're looking. So they've come a long way. I'm really glad for that.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what you want. I'd be curious to know what the stats are for incidents involving children crossing the road. Like, how many accidents has there been this year alone with kids that have crossed the road? And there's been some form of incident or of some. I'd be curious to see what the stats are. Because they didn't watch the road before crossing and we got hit. So might be something we'll have a research and we'll update on the next podcast and see if we can find some stats on that.
They're high.
High.
It's exactly the reason why we have reduced speed limits around school zones at about 2:00.
We had the coppers in our school zone just the other day, and I was like, that's the first copper I've seen in a school zone in a long time. Like, it's so easy to go over 40. Which I think they're actually lowering again. There was talks they wanted to lower it to like 20 or 30. They reckon 40 is still too fast.
40 is fast enough to injure an adult, and it's definitely fast enough to kill a kid.
Yeah, so I just don't understand why it's still 40. Like, in such school zones, shouldn't you be making it like 30? Like 20, 30 Ks?
I've come to realize that the reason a school zone is 40 kilometers an hour is because, sure, it's not quite slow enough to save a kid's life, but it is slow enough to avoid an accident if a parent that's not looking pulls out in front of you.
Yeah, because it's slow enough. They're paying attention.
Yeah, because they're probably not. They're probably looking in the back seat and going, "Hey, Junior, put your seatbelt on, otherwise we're going to get into an accident." Yeah. Bang, you're in an accident.
Yeah.
Dixon, point, you little motherfucker, put your seatbelt
on. You've had this happen quite a few times.
No, thankfully I haven't, but I've nearly had it happen in front of me quite a few times.
Yeah, I've seen a few accidents. Shout out to Proto, by the way, who seem to be on nearly every side I've been to by now. It's every time I go to an accident, it's like Proto here. But it's consistent in the school zone. It's just crash after crash. Like, it's mind-boggling. People are in such rush that, they're parked all over the place. They're on people's driveways. It is an absolute joke. And you just see these kids bolting across the road, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you not teaching these kids to stop at the corner? And it's like, they just sit there and go, oh, they're fine. They know what they're doing. I'm like, yeah, you'll be saying that when a car hits them. And we'll see, oh, yeah, they're fine, are they? So we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see what the stats are at the end of this year, in terms of crashes and what the stats are dealing with kids and all that sort of thing when it comes to that, because the road toll is ridiculous at the moment already with crashes, let alone crashes that involve kids and, failure to pay attention. What do they call it? Inactivity, I guess they call it.
I don't know about anywhere else, but I know with the crossing guard at my kid's school, she's this middle-aged Kiwi lady. And I feel very, very sorry for any child who wants to run across the road before that auntie's told them to go across.
Little hucker their ass all the way back to primary school. How cool would that be to see a bunch of Kiwi traffic wardens doing the hucker before their shift? That'd be the new social meme that goes around, the hucker, traffic warden hucker.
That'd make the cars stop for sure.
100%. I reckon if we could get a bunch of Kiwis together that could do the traffic control hucker. That would be that would be the next viral video.
I know I would stop and shit my pants if I saw a lineup of enormous dudes in my kids' school zone sticking their tongues out at me. I'd be like, oh, hey, I'll slow down. It's all right.
Hey, babe, if you're listening to this, can I get more lasagna? She's always watching this, so...
Do you know what she said last time? You remember what she said last time? There it is, not having any.
Bye-bye. You're going to starve your king?
King. No. Listen to me. She's a princess. If she's married to you, that makes you a prince, not a king yet.
Yeah, well, the prince is demanding more lasagna. The prince must be fed. I hereby order of the king, demand that thee pay for the lasagna. Order of the king, you must feed the prince. What am I reading?
See, listen to the shenanigans we get up to without Snoozy on board, eh?
Can you? Apparently there's a timer on the on our live, and it's kicked people. Is that why Mr. J's disappeared? Do we have to send another link out?
Yeah, maybe.
Chuck another link up just in case.
But
apparently, Princess S got kicked for, according to the chat here, kicked because time is up.
Well, that's weird. Okay.
That happened before. No, I'm here was trying to... Oh, he's probably trying to dig up some stats. That would be awesome. You look for those stats, Mr. J. That would be brilliant.
Oh, where did he go? Is he looking up the stats?
He's looking for the stats, but Princess...
okay.
Oh, she's back. Oh, she's on the Facebook one, that's why. Never mind, she's doing the Facebook.
Yeah, Mr. J, I was looking up the stats as well. I could have told you there's no luck there.
Yeah.
Just like anything else to do with the New South Wales government, they made it fucking difficult to deal with the website.
No, not just difficulty, it's difficulty in general. Like, it's to find any information, you've got to go through this resource. Oh, you've got to click home, then go to resources, then click the tab that drops down into 4 other tabs. But once you get to the right news section, click on resources over here. Click that tab, then click on the link that's there, and that link will then take you to the stats. It's like you've gone through 20 funnels. All you had to do was create a tab that said stats, create a drop-down box of what stats you want, and then go, there's the stats. It is a joke how the government's websites are that complex that the ordinary person can't use them. And if they owe you money, oh yeah, forget about it. Try and find an application to get that back. But forget it.
Oh, mate. It's like, you know how difficult it is just for me to log into my tax profile?
100%. Before you had to actually log a compulsory digital ID. So with MyGov, you now have to have a compulsory digital ID to be able to use it on your phone.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, God forbid you should happen to get a new phone, because that will fuck you right up for that compulsory digital ID.
Yeah, because it only.
I speak from experience. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 100%. It'll only register to that phone. And if you change phones, you then have to create a whole new digital ID and go through the whole process again. I've gone through that process. I will never do it again. I will never use digital ID. They can shove that one in their clacker. I will go.
Yeah, absolutely same here. I tried it, and they started using it to fuck me over, so I've decided no, it's not happening anymore.
I think it was. I think it's just there so they can track your movements. There must be something behind the scenes for it, because I can see how your digital ID online is beneficial. People want to delete their digital footprint offline. Yeah, it's getting beyond a joke. I reckon come the next election, I'm urging every Australian to just vote for another party, as long as it's not Liberal or Labor. But it's a complete random party. It doesn't matter who they are. Just so the Liberal and Labor can fight with themselves on the backbench. Like, fuck them. Let them fight.
So Mr. J says that he's found a quick way around. They have minimal. For me, and all tracking is disengaged. My son is great. I wonder if you could you share with us exactly what this method is of yours, Mr. J? Even if you send it to me after the show's finished recording, just for Swagman and myself, that'd be awesome. We would love to find a workaround for that.
That would be absolutely amazing. How do you disengage? So,
Yeah.
tracking is disengaged. My son is great. Your son sounds like a master with technology who seems to know the ins and outs of how to do things. Can he also make modified FIFA accounts on my PS5? FIFA 2025 shout out. Woo! Give me a modified account.
And that being said, you're going to have to add me on PlayStation Network after this, by the way, Swagman.
If I have you got FIFA or anything like that?
I don't play FIFA.
What do you play?
Well, at the moment I'm playing Fallout, but I don't really get time to play that. It's all in the background operations of apps. Ah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, I'm going to have a look into that, because that will be 100% something we need to look at. I would love if my wife would bring me a drink right now, like lemon lime bitters or a Fanta, or
I'm pretty sure the next message that's going to pop up here on the chat is just going to be 2 words: get and fucked.
Yeah, that. Nope. Racing and GTA on PS4 and Forza. Is that Mr. J?
Mr. J.
Racing, GTA on PS4 and Forza on Xbox. Why has no one got sporting games these days? No one's got sporting games. I'm like, the only one I can play sporting games with is my brother-in-law, and he's in the UK.
I play Formula One and all those, so I have an EA membership, so I could probably easily download FIFA if you wanted me to.
Yeah, I'd love, but it's not diverse that I can kick ass in, like. I haven't played in a while, but I've got a few sporting games. I've got MLB and some other baseball games, and
it probably wouldn't be too fair of me to download. Second word is off. Pick your first. It probably wouldn't be too fair of me to download some sort of EA rugby-based game right now as a South African. That'd just be horrible.
Yeah. Do that. I'll go the Wallabies. Hey, let's
You're
see how
getting
good you are.
flogged.
Yeah. Oh, let's see how good you are. We'll call that a match. Like your team has to be the hawker at the start. How good would it be, like, getting completely off track now? How good would it be if they created a FIFA game or a rugby game where you could be the umpire?
It would be pretty cool.
Like,
I'd say that.
I think a lot of people have asked for it, but they refuse to do it. And I don't know why. Why? You can create a referee campaign mode where you start at level 1, and you work your way, like create a full campaign of a referee as FIFA. That's the sort of,
Yeah, you start out refereeing high school matches, and then you go on to college matches, university matches, followed by
doing the big leagues.
Area, and then city, and then state.
You get a player. You can either choose a player that's already in the system or create your own, and they've got to go through the training camp and all that. And you do the same for the umpire mode. Like, it's so easy. Like, it's not a hard thing. That has someone not developed a TC style game flash out.
Actually, Mr. J, they have.
They have, yes.
There is one, and it's based on American style traffic control, but it exists, and it's a fucking hard game, I'll tell you that.
Yes, it is. Invasion doesn't count.
Invasion doesn't count.
So Invasion is there. What did he say?
Invariant doesn't count.
Invariant doesn't count.
Hang on, let me look at let me look up Invariant.
Oh, you're so funny. My wife is hilarious. She bought me something to drink. So she bought me something to drink. Look at this.
What is it? Show me. Something to drink.
In a cup. Something to drink in a cup. So then I would love something to drink in a cup or a Fanta or something like that. Funny, hilarious, haha. Use my own prank on me, haha.
It was a planning program. Yeah, that's right. Invariant is a planning program. But no, there is actually a traffic control style game that you could download a while ago. I tried playing it for a while, and it turned out to be both difficult and shithouse, so I decided to stop.
I reckon we should make one in Australia. That would be mint to have an Australian-based traffic control game. But then instead of created, they'd be, oh, you actually bought me a drink. I'm gonna take this in and put something on it. Do not put something on it. Actually, put lasagna on it. Food, real food on the plate.
Don't tell her to put lasagna on your drink, all right? That's just asking for trouble.
Lemon lime bitters out.
You beauty, the lemon lime bitters.
We need the vodka now to go in
Now, there's still a tiny bit of alcohol in lemon lime bitters. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Is it really?
A tiny bit of alcohol.
Yeah, it's a Schweppes version. I don't know if there's alcohol in this, but if there is.
Okay, it's some pubs will serve it to minors, while other pubs will not.
Yeah, very true. That is very true. Use it as a training platform. Interactive will be better than listening to some of them teachers. 100%.
Fucking oath! It will be some of the teachers doing the red card course are hopeless.
Oh, it is. So over here, we've got a 3-day training camp. To get control, and in that traffic control, you have to prior already have your working at heights, have your white card. Add to entering the course, and you're probably going to get asked to do a first aid course. So you're better off just doing the white card and the first aid course together. Get it out the way. I've got my advanced first aid. and I've got the white card as well. But the course runs for 3 days, and there's just been a massive investigation that's just happened with one of the traffic control companies over here. The new standard to send greenies into the field now, and hopefully will be rolled out nationwide. Hopefully, in the next round of updates, is traffic control companies will no longer be allowed to send out brand new traffic controllers into the field by themselves if they don't have a minimum 3 months or 6 months. There's going to be a set requirement that you can send a traffic controller out into the field by themselves. And they have certain ticked box. They either have to have prior experience that is to be verified and VOC'd, or they're going to have to go out with somebody that has the experience and knowledge, which I think is great if they bring it in.
Well, it used to be that you had to have both your you had to have your blue card and yellow card for at least 6 months before you got your red card, right?
It needs to be
along with experience, and on top of that, you had to have at least your green Ps in order to get your blue and yellow card, which no longer exists either. So it's like, how do these new people? How are we guaranteed that these new people know both the way things work in Australia and the road rules of this country?
You're going to laugh at this, but I think it's common with the Irish. It was an automatic car, and the young girl, bless her, turns around and goes, I can't drive that car. I can't drive that ute. It's an automatic.
Yeah.
They could only drive manual. They couldn't drive an automatic, which was easier to drive. They could only drive manual.
Well, that's fair, because
it's an automatic.
In a lot of countries, like England, a lot of European countries, and even African countries, I can say that with authority. It's a lot more common to come across a manual car than it is to come across an automatic car.
Well, that's why I went and done my manual license, because then I knew if I had my manual, I could drive any car. It's like, it's common sense. But from a
exactly. Same here. Like, with your manual, you can even drive a fucking tractor with a column shift.
Yeah, 100%. The only guarantee in the industry is there's no guarantees. There's 100% right. We don't know if anything's ever going to get fixed. We hope it does. We hope the road tolls get fixed because something needs to happen. And what it is at the moment, it is complete and utter joke. The government's a joke. The government needs to be thrown out. What is it, Anthony Albanese? Come next election, it doesn't matter how hard he tries from this point. He's not getting re-elected. He's gone, and I just don't know why he hasn't thrown in the towel yet and gone, fuck it, I'm done. You know, it's everyone's fed up with him. He's lied, and come the next election, I'm going to urge every Australian that's listening to this right now, don't vote Labor, don't vote Liberal, vote for someone completely brand new and let
yeah.
You know, they can fight the backyard. They can fight it on the back benches, night and day, and let them go hammer and tong, and they might learn a lesson. Oh, we better not do that again. You know, like time we had
this two-party preferred bullshit needs to come to an end.
Yeah.
Seriously, because I mean, you vote one party in, and all they do is bring in the shit that got the other party voted out anyway.
Yeah. And the lies they tell. I love how you get these big cash handouts just before an election, and all of a sudden money keeps flowing in. Like, here's some money. It's like, we know you're paying us off, but they disguise it in such a way as, oh, we're helping because of the cost of living, or every Australian household's going to get $500. But have you noticed with your electricity bills, you got that bonus, yeah? If you look at your electricity bill and see that your electricity bill's gone up, so let's say, for instance, every couple of months it's a $300 bill. All of a sudden, the government gives a handout of $250, $300, but now how much has your electricity bill gone up for that quarter? You'll notice your electricity bill has gone up the exact same amount as what the government's just handed you. and that's why I'm going off grid.
So we've had another comment that just simply says vote for Swagman and then a bunch of laughing faces.
Vote for Swagman. Who's put that comment in there?
Oh, I wonder who they could have been. Politicians are just glorified car sales reps. Absolutely. The slime and the sleaze is exactly the same level.
Oh, 100%. And if I could run for Prime Minister, I would 100% run, and I would probably get the votes, because I'd just stand there and say, I know fuck all about politics, but I do know what's going on around the world, and I'm not some dick up with a golden spoon in the mouth. And, you know, I would be the Donald Trump of Australia. I'd be like, you're fired, fuck you, get stacked, you're stacked, see you later, not listening to you, this is the way we're doing things.
And the next thing you know, you're going to end up bleeding from the left ear. Was it the right ear?
It's
the right ear, sorry.
At a point now where we just need someone like Donald Trump to run Australia, to say, fuck you, this is how I'm running it. I'm not going to be having puppet strings tell me what to do.
Yeah, and you know what I like about Donald Trump, right, is that the fact that he's a billionaire, right, but he's got the little guy at heart. And everything that he passes is good for the poor cunt.
I've just seen a comment that's coming. I'd even give Clive Palmer a clip now.
Fuck off. Wouldn't we all, Mr. J? Wouldn't we all?
I think at this stage, anyone's better. I think Clive Palmer even had an American come over and join his campaign to try and get votes. I don't know how that would help Clive in any form. I don't know why he thought that would be a great idea, but I think that's just a waste of money.
Bring on Titanic 2. Bring on Titanic 2.
Well, apparently that's meant to be sailing. That's meant to be ready this year at some point. I can't see.
That'll be fucking cool. I'll be down for that.
Mate, do you have any idea how much it's going to cost to get on that damn boat? Like, minimum $1,500 per person, I reckon, at minimum.
You could save that over a couple of years.
I reckon it's going to be, because of the expense that's gone into it, I think at minimum $1,500 per year.
Oh, look, and even the fact that you have to be dressed appropriately for the dress code as well. You still there, Swaggy?
Oh.
You have to be dressed to the dress code as well. That would be pretty cool. 100%. I'd be down for that.
100%. It's going to be interesting to see, once he's finished with Titanic, to see how it's going to turn out, what it's going to cost people to get onto it. The other thing is, do you trust it? You know, the Titanic 1 went down because it hit an iceberg. Like, are we really going to jump on the Titanic 2 and go, I'm bringing my own bloody flotation device, I think. I want my own, I wouldn't be travelling international with it. I certainly would travel around Australia somewhere on it. But I wouldn't be going into open waters of that boat, given how bad our seas are. Like, if you've seen some of the ocean waves, like, they're scary. They're insane. But, like, nah. The best of days, a cruiser is actually quite nice to be on because you don't feel it. But I can't imagine Clive spending his money properly.
It should have a realistic 3D hologram iceberg projector on the front. Watch them lovebirds crap.
Watch them lovebirds.
You would suggest that to Mr. J, you chaotic crap.
How good would that be? They put a projector out. Night time only, jump to the front of the boat and just through on the Titanic.
Guess who's the king of the world now, motherfucker?
Yeah, in the background, you've got Celine Dion playing. Take a one-time photo for $500. You can go to the front of the boat and put your arms out like Jack did in the Titanic.
That's probably exactly what they're gonna do. Yeah.
Celine Dion will sing one song, but it will cost an additional $600. Oh, Jesus. Oh, mate, I can guarantee they would charge. I reckon to get your photo at the front of the boat, just so you can do this, I reckon that's going to cost $200.
Oh, fuck oath. Fucking oath, that will.
He's definitely going to rope it off and go, nah, sorry, $200 to enter this zone. I'm all about money.
There's going to be a pair of overweight islanders standing at the front of the ship too. Check your ID, please, sir, and your credit card. Nah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you don't have that addition to your ticket. You need to go back to the back of the queue, mate.
Hey, we'll charge Clive Palmer for the free marketing. Well, we'll put it on our to-do list of things to do during the week. Alrighty, well,
we'll send him this video for marketing purposes. Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Well, who else do we have to thank for bringing us to the air, Mr. Swagman?
Yeah,
I think we have.
we're at the end of this episode. I don't know how long we've been going for, but I dare say we're almost at that hour mark.
It's been just over an hour. We could easily go longer, but whatever.
Easily. All right, so our sponsors, and I'm just going to rattle them off real quickly. I'm not really going to go into any detail. And then we got Lakelands Butchers, Simo's, pretty good. Bellow Bliss, if you want steamers for your shower, I do highly recommend getting them. They smell bloody amazing. And again, Bellow Bliss, that is these guys right there. They are 100% good. I got the lavender one. I want to try the eucalyptus one. So if somebody is going to buy them, I recommend getting the eucalyptus. Let me know what they're like. And buy them fast. Apparently, they're going to also send me out some freebies. So we shall see how that goes. On-track meals, again, for all your four-wheel drive needs or any needs at all to do with traffic control, construction, grab yourself on-track meals where you can get them day, night, anytime, slap them open, put them into a lovely bag that is quite instantly, you only need maybe 100 ml of water, if that. Put a bag in there and bang, time to go. You will instantly have your meal ready.
And let's say that that website is ontrackmeals.com.au/in-the-zone, and you still get your promo code for 10% off, which is in-the-zone10.
100%. We will chuck in some links to the Bellow Bliss and On-Track Meals on our Facebook page. So then you guys can jump on there, and we'll chuck in a few other links in there as well. Dizzylicious for all your cupcakes or any cakey needs. Go to Dizzylicious. Apparently really good from the Sydney side. Software Passive is a new sponsor that has come on board. They're all about a one-stop shop for all your business needs. So if you run a business, a small business, and you're spending hours of time doing administration, marketing, and all that, Software Passive can do it all for you in one click and very easily. It does cost roughly about $150 USD per month, so it's roughly $300 per month to have, or you can pay roughly $1,500 for the year, and that will pay for itself in dividends anyway. Swag Headquarters HQ, someone with a goal, check him out, run by Quinton DeFolla. He's now earning at least 20 grand a month with Content Accelerate. That business has been tenfold. It is amazing. He's taking to new heights every day and setting himself bigger goals. And our biggest sponsor / mates of the podcast / everything else to give you a laugh. Free Will Bicycle.
Please go and listen to their podcast.
Listen to
Free Will Bicycle. You will feel like you are a local to Casper, Wyoming within no time of listening to their shit. All right.
Bloody amazing. And I believe the guy's name that's in there is Stevie Vandenheiden.
Stevie Vanderheiden, that's correct. Stevie V for short.
Yeah, just call him Stevie G. Steve-O. Just call him
That's
Steve-O.
We'll give him his Aussie nickname, fucking Steve-O.
Fucking Steve-O.
He's a seeker.
Yeah. We will include all these links in our platform on Facebook. So we'll track all the links down and we'll chuck them up there. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll get that sorted. So you guys can check it out. And yeah, I'll make a list and we'll chuck it up as a post. Do it like that. And,
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's us for this week. This is Cranky and I am Swag Man.
Hey, actually, all those links I'll include them in the show notes when I'm done editing. Swagman, if you don't mind sending me the ones that you've talked about. Yeah, sure.
I'll do that. I'll do that now. I'll send you all the links for it. That's perfect.
No worries.
All right, guys. Take it easy for another week. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything we wouldn't do.
That doesn't limit you very much.
Take it easy, guys.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Fuck.